Says ready to go. We need to get some music for that intro there, Josh. Like,
I
I
know we've
love
talked about
the
that.
intro, but like we need us a little. We need to up it a little more. Our game's been out there for a while.
I think so. I think we've got half a year into this already. I think it's time for some music.
Yeah. So how you doing tonight, man?
Man, I'm good. Another day, another day at LJ's. Another good day at LJ's. Had some meetings today. We're moving right along, man. It's hard to believe. I know you are right there at your 1 year mark, and I have like another month left, and I'm at my 1 year mark. It went fast. It went really fast. I don't know. I don't maybe it didn't for you, but I know for me it's hard to believe that we're already into March already. But I know it's been a couple weeks since we've been on here too. So
Yeah,
welcome
absolutely,
back.
man. I was going through my Google photos. Like 1 year ago today, they got me my goodbye cake for my last job. I
We
think I think I started working
Congratulations.
at LJ's. Like I got my laptop and met with Hook and stuff. Then my first official day was the 7th.
Yeah.
But like over the last year, man, we've done some cool stuff. Like, I just wrote down some stuff. Like we do more than just list cards. I've sold a bunch on the internet. I went to the national. We do, a podcast now, not just this show.
Mhm.
We've been to a few card shows. Our growth has been exponential. We started in March with 298 Twitter followers and 6,064 Instagram followers. As of right now, I got to get over to it.
I'm sure they've gone up.
March 2nd, we have 1,094, 1,947 Twitter followers, 8,210 Instagram followers. So we've had some growth over the last year. So we've got 310 subscribers on here. We got to go to the Blue Jackets game and sit very first row behind the
It was
bench.
almost too close.
I got to go to the Bengals training camp. We got to go to that Bengals Chiefs game. I mean, like everything has just been awesome, man.
Yeah,
I don't know.
yeah.
So, but what do you got to say about your
No, man.
almost your 11
think
months?
I think on top of what you said, of course, um, but the growth that I've experienced myself, um, just the knowledge that I have retained that I didn't have a year ago, product knowledge, um, how to look at cards differently than what I did before,
Yeah.
taking care of my part of the hobby that we have here at LJ's. And I think that comes with having good people that you work with, enjoying the people that you work with, and having good mentors. I think helps a good bit too. And I know, I know that they probably had to be a little patient. I know with me on some things, and I appreciate that. I had this conversation with the powers that be a couple of times. Like I don't know everything, but I'm willing to learn whatever you want me to learn. So I think having that want to, I think is just it means a lot. Plus, it's fun. We say this a lot. I don't think we get through an episode without saying we love our job, but I think they can tell we love our job.
Yeah,
Um,
I didn't even think about that portion of it. Is before it was I want every single Cincinnati Reds card. I want every Broncos card,
Mhm.
every Cody Bellinger card. Now it's I want the top 5 Reds cards that I can get. I want
Mhm.
the top 5 Broncos cards. Like my whole, as a collector, as a business person, as a hobby member. I mean, like obviously we work at a business for a card shop, but also we're collectors at heart. We've had those conversations where, hey, you and I are still ripping Top Series 1 because we love it. Like we're not making money off that, rip the
Right.
Sapphire or something.
Right.
But just the whole way I go about things in my own personal collecting has changed as well. And it's just been learning so much. Like, well, we'll kick Stefan's butt a little bit here, but this guy knows more about the hobby than probably anybody knows about any subject like in the world. Like, there's a
I agree.
PhD in the hobby. Stefan's got 6 of them from Harvard. And to be able to learn from the best, like just makes you better at what you do. And then, like you say, we screw up, we get our butts ripped every once in a while, but who doesn't at any job? You know what I mean? Like,
Yes.
So like you said, every time you go to work, like, our owner's like, hey, how's your day? I'm like, best day of my life. He's like, why? I'm like, to work here.
Because you're
Like,
here. It's
I'm doing what I love every single day. People are like, oh, you work at a card shop? I'm like, I go to work and do what I love every single day. What do? You go sit in a cubicle and outside your job and sit in the car for 15 minutes contemplating quitting, then realize you got a wife and family and a mortgage and you got to pay bills and stuff. Oh, wait, that was me 2 years ago. I used to do that outside my job.
Hey, at least you got your congratulations cake. That was very nice of you.
Maybe I can bring a picture of it up somehow. I got a congratulations.
We'll find it.
But Josh, are you done with that part of your story?
Oh yeah, I just want to add, the appreciation that I have for the hobby is way deeper than what it was before. Just there's so much more than just opening cards and putting cards in sleeves and top loaders and all that stuff. It's just unless you do it every day, you don't really realize it. But it is a hobby, but it's also a job for us, and I enjoy it. Enjoy it a lot.
Yeah, man. And then so sometimes we got to talk about what we do and where we're at. So we've been listing a lot of collegiate cards, the what was immaculate basketball cards.
It's a new experience.
And dude, I love all these Duke cards. Like, I don't love the Duke players, like the Duke team last year, went to the Final Four, lost to North Carolina, Coach K's last season, yada, yada, yada. But it's like the Mark Williams and they just don't do it for me. Like, give me a Trajan Langdon, a Christian Laettner, a Bobby Hurley. Give me a Sheldon Williams. Give me a Wojo. Give me a Collins. Like, you can go out and get those cards for $5. I mean, unless you're going with the Banchero for that, we got that RPA going up for like $5,000, or was it 500? I can't remember. I think you put that one up, but give me the Banchero or like nothing for last year's team.
I think one of the reasons why you like a lot of those older players is because that was a fun time for you. Like, you were out, you weren't just watching basketball, you were playing basketball with your buddies. So when you're outside on the playground, you actually want to be Michael Jordan. You actually want to be the Jerry Stackhouses. You actually want to be the Anton Jamesons. You want to be the Vince Carters. I don't mean to pick a lot of North Carolina guys here. I am not trolling you on this, but those were some of the cards I listed today, so they're on the top of my head. But you understand what I'm saying. So you buy their tennis shoes, and you want to, you kind of feel like you are them a little bit. But everybody wants a little piece of what they used to be, because it's fun to reminisce.
I can't tell you how many hours me and my buddy Steve spent in my front yard or my front driveway doing the 2.1. Like, he'd go so far back and launch it to me. I catch it, fake dribble once, shoot it, put it up, rinse, repeat 30 times. Then it's his turn. Then I do it. Like, we would spend hours just doing the Laettner because he was a Duke fan too. And there's people who have t-shirts say, I hate Christian Laettner. They had this Christian Laettner was doing a charity thing, selling shirts says, I still love Christian Laettner. One of every 50 was autographed.
Yeah.
I was the one of the 50. Mine got autographed.
There you go.
But yeah, man, I really I collect, I hate to say it, but like Grayson Allen, I collect his NBA cards. Mm-hmm. If Claire was a boy, she would have been named Grayson because Duke had just won the national championship. So I'm kind of glad she's not. But I like collecting the Duke players in the NBA, like Jason Tatum or Elton Brand, Laettner, Grant Hill. But there's something about the guys in the Duke jerseys, like the Prism draft picks or the Contenders draft picks. I really like those. And then also like the National Treasures, you get the jersey pieces, then the autographs, stuff like that. Like, we were at our local card shop, Triple Play, when you bought that Patrick Mahomes, I bought a Cole Kmet Notre Dame game-worn patch auto for like $20. Like, It was like dirty. Like, he probably wore that versus Michigan, got it all torn up. I got a game-worn Notre Dame patch for like $20. And to me, that's super cool. I dig the game-worn stuff, the other memorabilia. It's whatever. But, for as far as making money, you want the pros. As far as collecting, give me my Duke and my Irish guys. Like, I'm cool with it.
I think it definitely has its place, especially with that. You want those. They're not as cool to me, I guess. I would rather have, like you said, I would rather have that professional guy. But college teams are still people's favorite teams, and they still have favorite players. And it's just something cool from that. Plus, most of this stuff that we're seeing now that is ending up on our desk, most of this stuff is really freaking cool, man. Like these NCAA patches, and I haven't seen a bad card yet. I mean, they've all got 3 collar patches, and they're beautiful cards, and people love this stuff.
Do you have any live right now, or all yours?
There might be a couple. I know that there were some that
Oh,
I had pushed out. I think some went live last night. Yeah, auctions were up last night.
you know what? There is something I wanna share though. Something that is an anomaly that Stefan hit in a break. So one break total, he hits the entire Aaron Donald Origins rainbow.
How often does that happen?
Like, I don't know how
I've
many
never heard
cases
of it.
he
I'm sure it
did.
has, but I've never heard of it.
Yeah, I got it from Wolves. Don't know how many cases, don't know like anything about it except for it came in the mail and the rainbow is complete. Like, we got it up for auction right now, $152 for the complete Aaron Donald rainbow. Like, how
Wow.
does that happen, man?
I've never seen it happen before. I'm sure it has. I don't know if it has. I don't know, but it's pretty cool nonetheless. I thought he was kidding when he first told us.
Yeah, one thing I gotta mention though, is the racks, the random act of kindness, man. And February was Heart Month, and that's super special to me and my family. I donated a bunch of money to Che. A lot of people in my family have heart issues. My wife's mom passed from heart complications, but I gotta show this card right here, dude. This is one of the most meaningful cards I have. This is Tony, Eric, and Che. This is a
Okay.
picture from the national of the 3 of them. Okay. So
Okay.
Che had a massive heart attack, I don't know, a while back. And he's raised over $10,000 the last 2 years for different
Wonderful.
causes. A bunch of tornadoes came through his town and just ravaged it. Him and his boys went to Walmart, bought like every tent, every coat, every sleeping bag they could. The hobby donated the money. They bought it. They went out and handed it out in the middle of the night. It is, and I want you to see what it says right there. People over cards.
Yeah.
Rack. Because we've talked about it. We're in it for the cards, man. But these are 3 of my friends, 3 people that I talk to often that are like super meaningful to me. And this guy, Johnny, Breaks and Bros. Johnny, I just got to share him because I got these cards here too. So that's my guy. And then I found this on eBay. These are 3 of my friends too. This is Will, employee 87, and 2 of his buddies. Like,
Nice.
you can find these personalized cards. I made my own of my kids. This is Cooper's rookie card.
Like the 87
You
wood
can make
border.
them on tops. And so I just wanted to shout that out because Eric's in the middle of ripping for the cure, Crohn's and colitis disease. He is the director for his area. He does Ripping for the Cure. It's a hobby related event where different people from the hobby donate different things, and they do a monster break of like 500 items. I'm not sure the exact amount. And it's like a 20-hour live stream of just awesomeness that he does. And
Such a cool thing.
Just, you know, how interested I am in racks. And my rack of the day was 2 days ago. I gave away $25 to Minuteman Scott, Minuteman tickets to someone because they completed the lyrics to Mr. Brightside on Twitter. I mean, like, it's dumb stuff like that. Just engagement, interaction. Man, it's people over cards, dude.
Yeah. It would be a good concert to go to if you ever get a chance to go to the Killers concert. It's a really good time.
Yeah, well, we're going to the Columbus one. We sold our Pittsburgh tickets, so
I know.
but you know it's not a joke, Josh.
No, I know. Let's have it. We say it every time. Let's have it.
Jay Cutler's not a joke.
He definitely isn't.
He is not a joke.
He definitely isn't.
All right, so we had 2 good meetings with a company. We're gonna try to get their owner on our show soon. I don't want to give away too much about them, but they have some very different ideas and some great things going on for grading.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Josh, there's a time where you could grade a Gavin Lux rookie card for $8, turn around and flip it for 15, rinse, repeat a couple hundred times, and just make a bunch of money.
Yes.
I believe that the Zion 268 is the most graded card like of all time. Like, I'm gonna look it up here in a minute when you talk, but like, I think
changed the hobby, didn't he?
The days of grading base cards, like, do what you want with your money because it's your money, but it's like it's over. It's got to be like a number, a parallel, a Bowman first color, an RPA, a patch, something, a short print. and there's different grading companies. SGC has clearly taken over Beckett. PSA is your Rolls Royce, but SGC is just right there. And CGC for Pokemon, man. What are your thoughts on grading right now?
I do. I think you should get your cards graded if you're into it. Yes, it's a personal thing. So I'm going to take my personal opinion on this. Absolutely, I'm going to grade some cards because I have a better understanding of it. Not everybody has that understanding. PSA, SGC, I don't really mess with Beckett too much. I'm not having anything against Beckett. I know we do a lot of PSA and we do a lot of SGC, so I'm more familiar with that. SGC has come a long way, I think. I think that they might have a little bit of a foothold for the future. And they are a little bit more affordable. I know a lot of people are kind of deterred away from PSA because PSA tends to be a little bit more expensive, which is fine if you are able to get your money back. But that is a big thing with a lot of these collectors is if I invest all of this money and I buy into this grading company and I pay these extra fees, I don't want to just break even. I want to be able to make my money back. And I think that's a big concern, especially now when not a lot of people have a lot of extra money and the fees have continued to rise and rise and rise, where with SGC, it seems to be a little bit more affordable and their reputation has come a long way. I think you would agree with that. I think a lot of people would agree with that. Now, they're not up to PSA standards. Who knows if they'll ever overtake PSA? I don't really think that they will. And then anytime soon, anything could happen. But what was it I was reading earlier? That the PSA has graded over 40 million cards and collectibles. I mean, I think it was, what they say? I wrote this down. I didn't remember. Valued at over $1 billion worth of stuff. They haven't been around forever. I think they started grading cards, what they say, in 91. And then they did coins and stuff like that, coins and stamps in like the mid 80s. Which is not that long ago. So, say 30 years. But the last couple of years, like we talked about with the Gavin Luxes in the 2020 years, in the Zion and what it did, everybody was grading everything. So with that said, you also have to kind of wonder how the grading actually, was it fair? Did PSA give out fair grades? Did SGC give out fair grades? I am in no way questioning their business. I am just simply making a statement as to, did they rush a lot of these cards to try to, get more money into the hobby? I don't know. There are a lot of things that you read out there, and there are a lot of things that you see on videos that, sometimes these things happen. But I do know that if you do it right and you end up getting the 10s and even some 9s, you're going to make a decent amount of money. I think I would like to personally like to see some of the 9s come back with some value. I think it was either, was it 2 years ago, 3 years ago, when it was, if you don't have a PSA 10, your card is worthless, for lack of a better way of saying that. So anytime something came back less than a 10, you were disappointed because it was pretty much a base card in a slab that you paid for. I would like to see some of that come back down a little bit. And that's just me. I don't think I'm alone in that, but there are a lot of things I think that are good with it and a lot of things that are bad with it. And it's up to you to make your own decision once you get into it. But definitely, everybody loves the slabbed cards, man.
Especially those tuxedos look nice.
Yeah, they look good, right?
Let me share this screen. This is according to PSA, because I saw like 6 different websites that had different things. But like, this is the highest graded cards that are in set registries are Griffey, Mark McGwire rookie, Clear Griffey, Charizard, Barry Bonds, 90 Fleer Jordan, Don Russ Griffey, Zion Prism, Upper Deck Jeter. But you can see how like these are all, this is their pop for 10s. So of like, the 89 Upper Deck has 4,000.
Mm-hmm.
All right, this 2020 Charizard 40,000. The Zion Williamson rookie Prism 22,569 PSA 10s of that card.
That is crazy.
I mean, come on. So this was just all-time set top 10 graded Just something I found real quick on PSA while I was just looking up while you were talking there. But I mean, I'm kind of partial to PSA and now SGC. I won't do Beckett. HGA. Like, I know the guys who work there; they're super nice, but I just don't know if the value's there for me yet. So maybe this new thing we got going on will pan out, and we'll all be driving Lamborghinis next year. But who knows?
I'm excited to see where that goes. I think it definitely has potential to be something amazing.
Yeah,
we'll see. You know,
hopefully within the next 2 weeks we'll have this gentleman on our show and we can promote it and talk about it a little bit more. And Chris says he collects PSA because of the set registry. I'll tell you, when they had the set registry like competition, say who's got the best, set the best PSA cards, said, hey, Steph and Justin, why don't we enter this? They're like, well, we don't want everybody to know what all the cards we have.
Yeah.
Because then it's just going to be Goldens all over us, PWCCs all over us. Hey, can we sell this card? Can we buy this card? It's like, sometimes you just want to put it in your safe and then look at it every Tuesday after lunch because you just had a Jersey Mike's number 8 add dill pickles. Like, I don't know. But a lot of people do like the set registry. I know Josh, our other guy, just another collector who's on here. He has like 8,500 Bryce Harper PSA 10s. He just comments right there as soon as I talk about him.
There he is.
He puts all of his cards in the set registry, and he'll show me how, like, where he's at in the Bryce Harper, conversation. So
there's nothing wrong with the Bryce Harper conversation. Hold on a minute. Let me get this back out. Let's show this one more time. I don't know if I can get the glare at that. That might be a better picture. There he is, Bryce Harper. I love that card. Anyway,
I like this card. I like
hair. Look at his hair on that one.
Like, this is a good looking card.
Bryce is like Mr. GQ of Major League Baseball, man. He's always styling. He's always looking good, man.
Yeah, I like that Series 1 card where he's sliding into second base. He's got the headband on. He's like, ah. But anyways, man, right now we couldn't make it out to the Topps industry event. We had some other things going on, but there's some big news out of there talking about allocations are going to change, distributions are going to change. Topps is dropping products. They're dropping archive snapshots, Bowman Heritage, Clearly Authentic, Bowman Chrome X, Gallery Fire, Gold Label, Opening Day, First Edition, and Bowman Transcendent. I'm super sad about the opening day because literally on opening day, my family goes down to Cincinnati. We party it up. We have a good time. And then we buy boxes of opening day and we open them after the game, like in the hotel room. That's our thing because it's opening day. I mean, we ripped the Lewis Robert opening day short print. Was awesome. You get the mascot cards in it. It's just a lower end product that kids like. So I'm kind of down on that. The other ones, I like Clearly Authentic because you can get cheap autographs in it. Like, I wouldn't buy a box, but I'd buy them afterwards. My wife likes Gallery Fire. I mean, Bowman Transcendent. What do you, $25,000 a box?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm kind of, I don't really care much either way except for opening day. What are your thoughts, Josh?
I think it's good they're getting rid of some of these products, but I think there's almost too much right now. I know they may be trying to capitalize a little bit. I understand that, but it seems to be a little bit overcrowded. If we can narrow that down a little bit and get more quality over quantity,
the dugout peaks. Yes. Now I'm gonna have to get all those Cody Bellinger dugout peaks that you keep sending me, Josh.
I'm gonna go back to opening day for a second. I was just thinking of this as you were talking, but what if they still kept opening day, but they made it just like an opening day product, like an opening week, like you could only buy this for a week, and there's certain things that you could get in the product, like vouchers for tickets to games or things for kids,
Topps does that all the time. Cards are available for 48 hours to buy, and that's it. Then that's the print run. Like,
if they could take that product and keep it around opening day, because it is such a big deal to a lot of people. It's like a national holiday. Am I right? So if they could somehow harness that and do something cool with that, I get it. But center it around the kids a little bit, because like we were talking about, the mascot cards are in there. You don't see a lot of mascot cards. Offer more stuff geared towards kids. But they've kind of been pushed out of the hobby a little bit, unless their parents have a ton of money. But bring them back. You can't lose the kids on all this. The kids are very important, as being able to bring that next generation up to be able to sustain this. And I think that is one of their, I hope that is one of their new initiatives moving forward, is how can we sustain this hobby and keep it going, because this is a massive change. So it'll be interesting to see exactly how they move forward with all this. I know they had said a lot during the conference this week, and nobody's going to get on anything and say anything bad. They're going to want to tell you what you want to hear, but at the same time, you would like to believe there is some truth to that. So, hopefully their intentions stay good. Make it fun again, and just, make it so everybody can enjoy it and still profit a little bit. But, I don't think it's going to die, but this is a fun thing that we have here. So I would hate to see it kind of go away.
If you haven't been keeping up with the Tops Industry event, go see our buddy on Twitter, Ivan at Watch the Breaks. He live tweeted, I believe, the Q&A, every single question and every single answer. Like, he has been just nonstop on Twitter, updating everything there. Like, I just had him basically on refresh at work the last 2 days to learn what's going on. Mm-hmm. One thing I think, I was talking to some of the guys at work, and I wasn't excited for the retrofractors, but I think I am now. Imagine like a Roberto Clemente, they're having a retrofractor first, a Babe Ruth first. Like
I don't think it's a terrible idea.
Who never had a first are going to have a first. Now these frozen cards they're going to have with the icy outlines. I'm going to have -5 of 0. I'm going to have 0 of 0. Like, 0 of 0 is going to be something, because it's going to be like a 1 of 1, a 0 of 0. I'm not sure if I'm buying -5 out of 0. And he's got like, the elf on him. He's like, bye, buddy. Hope you find your dad. Like, if they had one of Mr. Norwal, like, I'm buying it. No questions asked. But if it's like, Ronald Acuna up there, like swinging with a candy cane and Topps Christmas, like, it's not for me. Yeah. But I think the retrofractors, just thinking about it more and more, like, that 52 Mantle, is the most expensive baseball card. Honest Wagner. Imagine if they had a fit, like it is to say it is a 52 Mantle, the picture, and then they make it the retrofractor and just put like the first on it. Like,
yeah.
And we haven't even talked about Tom Brady having an autographed baseball card on the Expos.
That was my next comment.
That could break every record for baseball. You get a dual 10 on a Brady rookie from the Expos in 2023. Like, what?
That was kind of my initial thought when I heard that, was it's going to be huge for the hobby, because not only is it Tom Brady, arguably, one of the top 3 greatest athletes of all time, definitely probably the best NFL player of all time. But to finally see a baseball card of his, it's kind of cool, man. It kind of brings back those 1999 vibes all over again. 1995, 96, mid 90s. The 90s when I grew up, so 90s were a very cool time for me. So anything that I can get to bring back those times, I'm in, man. Plus, it's Tom Brady on a baseball card. And who doesn't like the Expos uniforms? I know they want to bring the Expos back. Who doesn't like it?
Well, I know a lot of people also don't like, and a lot of people love Jeff Wilson, sports card investor, but he was out there making videos and showing people things that are going on there that we can't see from home. Mm-hmm. So I actually have enjoyed his videos. He was talking about the silver packs. They got a pair of Oakleys. They got like a welcome package. I know Ben from Midwest Box Breaks showed a picture that he met Joey Votto. Like, God, Ben, I want to meet Joey Votto so bad. Can you tell him I love him? Like, if you see him, can you tell him that Chris Capel said he still bangs? Like, I got a shirt that says Joey Votto still bangs. I'm not wearing it, but Joey Votto still bangs.
He's a legend in Cincinnati.
Oh, forever. I mean, he's the kind of guy who's out for the year, but then we'll go like sit in the crowd and talk to fans during the game. Like,
or come back for a Cup Series and hit 12 home runs in 4 games. I get it. It happens all the time.
Yeah. I can't wait to catch his home run and in Chicago, and then you're going to try to make me throw
I'm
it
going to
back.
throw it back. Yeah, I hope I catch it because I'm throwing it back.
Then I'm throwing you back. Like you're going right
Throw
over
me on
the
the field.
item.
Throw me on the field.
Then I'm gonna have to come
man.
after you. We're gonna have to wrestle out there. Hopefully, our bosses aren't watching. Maybe they will be because I'll have a hat on. Like, sweet publicity.
It's nothing better than the bleachers at Wrigley, right? You spend a summer there.
Yeah. Josh said they did say they were just not going to be solo products.
Nah.
Don't know what that means, Josh, but oh, I understand what he's saying. Not going to be solo products. They'll probably be in with other products like Chronicles or, like Chronicles just started as Chronicles. Then all of them became their own card, or, like Mosaic was hobby only. Now it's whatever. Or, you know what, Josh? I still have this. I might bring this to the office to open tomorrow.
I didn't even know you had that.
I didn't even know I had it. It was just sitting here.
I found a handful of those that I had from when I was a kid in like the early 80s. They're not in bad shape, but they're into one of these boxes that I have. I may try to dig them out and see what they are, but still pretty cool.
Yeah, those soccer stickers, I bought a bunch of those. I kind of really got into them, and I learned a lot more about soccer. And I like Garbage Pail Kids when I was little. I think that was like a $250 box. Wonder what I can sell for now. It's either open it, sell it to Stefan because he'll want it, or make some profit on eBay or something. But
I think that's another cool thing about this job, going back to what we were talking about at the beginning when we started here a half hour ago. But that's another thing is that I'm gonna use the word forced to because it sounds good. I've been forced to learn these other products doing this job that I never would have done on my own. Like I never would have bought soccer stickers. I never would have bought collegiate cards, but having that vast array of knowledge now and being around all different types of cards, it's very cool. Again, it just deepens the appreciation of the hobby for me.
There's a little bit of hobby for everybody, and we're learning how to give it to everybody because LJ's got something for everybody. And pretty soon we're going to have LJ's in your pocket. You know why? Because Jay Cutler's not a joke.
He never will be.
Never. Well, that's all I got for tonight, Josh. You got anything, man?
Man, it's good to be back after a couple of weeks. Had to knock off the cobwebs a little bit, but it's Friday already. Tomorrow's Friday. This week went fast.
Took 2 weeks off. I think like you had a headache or something 2 weeks ago. Last week I went to the Buckeyes basketball game with my dad, so finally back at it. And hopefully, Mondays, listen to the podcast. We're on Spotify. I share it on both the Twitter accounts. And then Thursdays, we're live here. And hopefully we can start getting more content out now because now we've got a little more breathing room for time to do other things at work and more responsibilities and more time to be allocated for these kinds of things. So that's awesome.
I will say that, continue to stay tuned to this. Chris and I will give you updates as much as we can, but there are good things in store for LJ's in the next year. That's all I'm going to say. There are good things coming for LJ. So stay tuned and be excited because we are.
Because Chris might get a new monitor.
You have to bite yourself.
I know it's a joke. It's a joke at work. I'm just kidding around. All right. Anyways, I'm out. Kidding. I got bedtime for my kids. Girl Scouts is over. My kids probably like, I watched the iPad for 18 hours today. I'm like, great. We went to the batting cages, so it's cool.
All right, buddy.
All right, man. If you're watching now, thank you so much. Truly appreciate it. If you're watching later, it's 33 minutes and you're still listening. So thank you so much. We truly enjoy doing this and having people watch, follow, like, comment, subscribe, all the good things. Share with a buddy. Hey, go tell a friend to tell a friend who tells a friend. That's how pyramid schemes work. Because if we could get to 1,000 subs, then we can start doing real awesome things. Right now we're at 309, so we got 700 more to go. But anyways, I'm rambling.
All right, buddy.